And we're live. I'm with Lay. What's up, Lay?
Hey, how's it going, Knox?
I'm pretty happy today. I think it's one of the biggest day for Brood War. Shield Battery 2v2 ladder is up. Go check it out. Shieldbattery.net. You can download the client, very easy. And we're also organizing a tournament. There's a thread about it on TL and Reddit. You can register for it. There's monthly prizes during the qualifier. Everybody can participate wherever you are, whether you have like a partner or you don't. Shield Battery has options for you to like ally someone and then like get into a match, or you can find like a random public partner. Is that what you did, Lay? You had like an ally, or did you?
Yeah, I had a couple of allies. I think I played with Wake for a couple of games. I did play with Surgeon Fat for a few games too. It was pretty fun. I think the fact that you don't have to wait around and every game gets matched within 30 seconds, that's a huge bonus. And I think normally we would host 2v2 Fighting Spirit or Python at most. But the fact that you're kind of forced to be exposed to a wider net map of pool of maps, I think that's a big deal.
Right. So it's fun. I know you played some games. It was hard, right? There's a lot of big names on the Shield Battery 2v2 ladder. Scan, Bishop, Bonnet, Eon Zerg, Marwin. These are all the top dogs. Very good players 1v1. Excellent players 2v2. A lot of people playing today. A lot of bad record. Big shout out to Han. I think I saw him have like 44 wins and like 26 losses or something, but it's so cool that he played 30 games.
Yeah, I think it's better to play and lose than not to play at all. I mean, that's the point, right?
And you can get a bunch of games in too. The queue doesn't take long. I think the transition's pretty like seamless, right? Get into games, you get out.
Yeah, I think currently it's still, the first time they release, so I think some players were noting like minor issues, but overall it's been great. So we're waiting for the 4 players.
I think they're ready. They're in the channel. I'm just getting some things prepared. And we should be set. So, is there anything you can tell people about Dandy and Terror? We've hosted a lot of events with them 1v1. They got to see Dandy and play 2v2 against Hawk and Striker last week for another event. But what do you know about these guys when it comes to 2v2?
Well, I just know that they're some of the best South American Terran players, mostly in the 1v1 scene, but I know that Dandy has played quite a bit of high-stakes 2v2 games, and, they're super competitive in 2v2 scene too, I think. And it's very nice that they, delve into both, 2v2s as well as 1v1s, because I think 2v2s were hard to bring traction, but with Shield Battery coming up with 2v2s, I think this will be a great opportunity. This will be a good show match too, and I think they're gonna play wonderful games tonight, so looking forward to it.
All right, guys. Just getting ready here. What's your prediction, by the way? Dandy Terror versus Ultra and Babo. Those are 2 other like monster players, really good in 1v1. These guys are all S rank in ones, right? Dandy and Terror might be the favorites, but when it comes to 2s, like Babo is a pretty strong player, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. It depends what kind of matchups we see. If Dandy and Terror both go Terran, there are just intrinsic weaknesses in a double Terran team, unless versus certain matchups like TT versus ZZ. We'll just have to see what kind of races they choose, and we'll still, regardless, we'll see very interesting games, very tight games. I would say. Do you know what races they're gonna choose?
I don't. We saw Dandy and Terror play TT last week. Both picked Terran. Hawk and Striker both picked Zerg.
Right.
I thought that Ultra and Babo are gonna go TZ. I know Dandy is S rank with Protoss and Zerg, even though like Terran is his main. And you know, like when he used to 2v2 with Babo, he would pick Protoss and Babo would go Zerg. So I know he's capable of like off racing. So maybe Terra will go Terran, and Dandy will pick like. I don't know if he's more. I'd say he's probably more comfortable with Protoss because I didn't really see him play Zerg last year when we did a lot of those like 2v2 show matches with him.
Right. With a Terran Alley, I think he can, even go random. I think Terran random is actually a viable combination too at high levels. So I think Scan once mentioned in the past that as a Protoss random, you will not win at high level games versus Zerg Terran team, but a Terran random team has a shot. So we'll see what he chooses, and regardless, it will be a fun game to watch. And I also like the fact that Shield Battery didn't put any restrictions on choosing double Zerg or going double random. People should be able to play whatever they want, and in the end, if it's too unbalanced, they can try to adjust things at a tournament level, but I think it allows people to experiment with different race combinations and see which matchups are favorable for which team. So yeah, I like the freedom they allow us.
I think it's cool as well. We're just trying to figure out the format. You guys might be asking me why wasn't that figured out before. I tried, guys. These guys would not respond, so I was lucky to book the event. We need to figure out how to make this last for 3 hours. My suggestion was just to play for 3 hours. And I mean, if you can't stay for the full 3 hours, I get it. But it's a sponsored event, and I think if we do a best of 5, because this is 2v2s and the games are pretty short, it'll just end in like 30 minutes.
Right.
Because 2's games, like what's the average game? 7 minutes long?
It depends. If it's two strong teams, it tends to go longer than that. People usually don't die to rushes, and at least have a very tight game. So I don't see too many high level games ending super early. But yeah, it's a possibility having a best of 5 and game be ending in 3 games, and each one takes about 10 minutes.
Yeah, sorry about going MIA. Get a shit ton of messages whenever we turn on the streams. Never hear from these people before. I think we're waiting for Terror as well. He was streaming.
Okay.
He probably went for a short break and should be back.
Mm-hmm.
So Topo must be Ultra, and it's Babo? Jiren? Is that how you pronounce his name?
Jiren.
Jiren?
Not sure, but yeah, but I think that's Babo.
Yeah, it says Babo, isn't it? I'll send you a link to Dandy's Trovo. And he's got this filter on, right? He looks like a boy. I don't know why. Have you seen it before? He looks like a cute little kid. I just messaged you on Discord. It's so funny. Big shout out to Dandy. He's sponsored by Trovo. Doing really well on there. Has a big following. Very happy for him. Big shout out to all the people who support Dandy and of course tune into our events. Thank you very much. And there's Terror.
Yeah, best of 21. Yeah, let's go.
Is that 3 hours worth?
Could be earlier, depending how quick they finish. I think, best of 7 would be the most reasonable. You have to assume that each game will last around maybe 15 or 20 minutes. And even at the earliest, let's say one team dominates and wins the first 4, it would at least be an hour to hour and a half. So I think best of 7 would make the most sense.
Alright, well, they're not saying shit, and we need to get started soon. I guess we'll figure it out as we go. I mean, this is a 2v2 show match. Maybe we don't have to be all professional and prepared.
Of course not. Yeah, it's the spirit that counts, you know.
Exactly.
Today's a momentous day for, I think, everyone who's enjoyed or wanted to get into 2v2. So, and it's the holiday season, so
it was cool, man. Yeah, there's a lot of excitement. I was happy for people. No major problems. Wasn't like horrible lag. Everybody found games, big names playing. Only issue is the competition. It's fierce.
It is. I'm sure as the time goes on, we'll get more players from different, levels and different regions. And it'll be really cool to have pretty much like a regular Brood War ladder system, and people get to try out with different partners and hone their skills. I think this is going to be good. I have a good feeling. Oh, Ox, you might want to remake just because sometimes.
Did you see that message?
Yeah, it happens when it can happen at times. There's a lot of traffic. Yeah, that's.
Is that just gonna lags up your game?
I think so. It does something with like port routing, and maybe it has to go through an additional layer, or
yeah.
I don't know the science behind it, but it tends to be that these games are slower for some reason.
So we're just talking about this like red text message that shows up saying you're gonna have to be connected through a proxy or something like that. I don't really see that much, but I just canceled the game and I logged out. Maybe you don't even need to log out. Who's this guy? You just have like a random person join the game?
that might be a possibility. So
I thought
think
it
you
was
need to...
Sergeant Fab. I was like, no, he's speaking Spanish.
Yeah, Pat doesn't know how to speak Spanish. I think you might want to open up an additional observer slot just in case this ain't the one we're looking for. Yeah. So, sorry. Go watch our stream. Aw, you're nice.
Well, I felt bad about kicking the... I don't even know who he is. Might be one of their friends or something, but... Alright, guys. Finally getting to it.
Change with top row.
Yeah, right. So... Let's...
Oh, wait a second.
Is that Dandy?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Where's Dandy barcode? Come on, guys.
Alright. He's back again.
Alright. Let's do this, guys.
Alright, good old-fashioned ZTZT on Polapoid.
How's your Spanish, by the way?
My Spanish? I took maybe a year of Spanish in high school. I should have stuck with it. I instead took Latin. I was able to read the Aeneid, and I don't know how useful that was.
Okay, so it's going to be an English-only cast.
Yeah.
We got Terror in the top right playing Terran. And bottom right is his ally, that's Dandy, playing Zerg. Bottom left, we got Ultra, playing Terran. And his ally, Babo, playing Zerg. Is this a mirror?
Yeah, it's a mirror matchup. Oh, that's a...
Alright, so this is your world, man. You're a 2v2 expert.
I'm not sure if I can say expert. But it looks like both of the Terrans are opening up with most traditional standard 9 supply and likely 11 racks. So nobody's coming out to the center putting down an 8 racks.
Which colors do you like? The unique ones or when it's red and blue?
I do like the unique ones. And
so you can see who's who?
Yeah.
Well, let me
like
know if you
one.
want me to change it.
No, I think the red and blue are fine. I think when I play, I like to see the unique colors, but I don't know what does the audience think?
There's language barriers there. Well, I could ask, to be honest. You can ask. You might have to type in Spanish. Big shout out to everybody watching. Wiggly might be watching too. Big shout out to Wiggly and his baby. It's easier to tell who's who even if you have like the individual colors on, because they're just left versus right.
Right. Exactly. So based on the population we see on the top right, I think it's exactly a mirror. Maybe Babo is making an additional drone, possibly going 2 hatch, but we shall see.
As Zerg and Terran, what do you want to do? Like, what do you want to make? Marines and Lynx?
I think unless you're doing like 8 racks, you're not gonna make much reams. It's better to get the vulture out first. And there usually is a transition from vultures to Goliaths because Zerg tends to push out mutas at some point. So it's really a matter of. I like how you click that animal over there.
Yeah, they make sounds when you're watching live, which is cool. Yeah, what am I talking about? I mean, they teched, right? The Terrans? So they're obviously not going to go Marines.
Yeah, usually when there's a Terran opponent, Terrans kind of are obligated to go factory builds. So okay, so
How important is
Babo went
scouting in
to
2v2? Like, do you know what they're going to do because the builds or strategies are, limited compared to 1v1? Or
I think good scouting is just as important in 2v2 as in 1v1. Because, if you have an overlord over at their base, you have a good idea what they're doing, but for one of the opponents, you won't have any idea. So you need to have your SCB run around, see if they're going lair first or speed first.
it's never to tell if they're droning or not, right? Because you only make certain amount of like workers and shit in 2v2.
Oh, it definitely matters how many drones are they making.
So people drone up in 2v2.
Yeah, it's usually not a good idea to drone excessively.
Right?
Yeah, because what you want to avoid in 2v2 is getting into 1v2 situations, and you want to make as many 2v1 situations as possible. So the more you drone, the less zergling or units you have out on the map. So it's a cost and benefit, but in general, I think there's big costs to droning when the opponent is not droning.
Do you think micro is more important in 2v2, or is just equal as important as like macroing?
I think in mirror matchups, micro tends to be the most important because you're gonna be making the same units, but in general, having a good strategy and teamwork is, I think, more important just in terms of big picture.
Alright guys, if you're wondering who this is Dandy, blue.
Yeah.
Is he in trouble?
Well, looks like it. So yeah, by being defensive, you're gonna be bound to face heavier attacks. I think in mirror matchups, you can be defensive, but you want to be out in the map. And I think this might have already tilted to one side.
So going 3 factory is like standard in 2v2?
It's pretty standard in this matchup. You could do 2 factory and do like fast tech, but in general in mirror, mass is king. So people tend to, make a lot of units and try to get factories up as soon as possible. 3 is usually the number of factories you want to have if you want to still like make SCVs and get some upgrades. You could do 4, but you'll run out of gas at some point. Right, see, like the more 2v1 engagements you make, more likely you'll have favorable outcomes.
So this is Terra U trying to attack Babo. I don't
Yeah.
think you can, right? 2 seconds. Just gonna walk past them. Yeah. Alright, so he didn't even block his ram.
But these Mutalisks are gonna
It wasn't worth it, right?
I don't think so. I think he was trying to do the only thing he could do, which was to counter. Yeah. First game down. Good old fighting spirit.
And that is Dandy, I believe, is the barcode.
Gracias a todos por sintonizarnos. Lo siento, no tenemos un lanzador en español.
Did you play Dandy or Terror today? Oh, you did play Terror. I saw that game.
Yeah, I played
It was on
Terror,
Python. You guys were both Protoss. I was surprised to see that because Weekly always picks Zerg.
Oh, I think that might have been a different game. We played as Zerg Protoss versus his Terran and his Zerg ally on Andromeda.
Okay. I think you were like the white Protoss on Python. It was just you and Terror, I think. Or your ally was blue Protoss at like the bottom.
That might not have been me. I don't think so. So another mirror matchup. Here we go.
Zerg Terran versus Zerg Terran again. You want to introduce the players?
Sure. On top right, we have Dandy Zerg. Bottom right, we got Terran. Bottom left, we have Babo Zerg. And top left, we got Ultra.
So
Terran.
Team Peru on the right. And Team Chile on the left.
So I'm
Did you
sure
say
a lot
that
of
Team Peru's gonna win, or?
Oh, I didn't make my prediction yet. I just avoided saying.
Yeah, why don't
now.
you wait until all the games are over and then predict?
Yes, so
When it's 5-0, you can make your prediction.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, Dandy and Terror don't really play 2v2 that much, I don't think.
Right. I think Babo plays a lot.
But together, you would think they're just undefeatable.
Right. It just kind of tells you how, individual prowess doesn't always go far in 2v2 matches. You gotta work like cogs.
Yeah, and Dandy prefers to play Zerg instead of Protoss. That's interesting. I guess, I mean, when I used to play twos with you guys, you'd say ZT is a very strong team, right? Besides ZZ, which is like banned.
Yeah, I think, yeah, ZT, ZP, they're all very well-rounded, strong teams that has its strengths.
Is Protoss just really slow though? Like in the beginning, your Zealots, you can't even move out. You get like Zerglings rushed in.
Yeah, the problem with Protoss is that they can't. How do I phrase this? Their units are not good against versing a variety of enemy units. So
yeah, so on 2v2, it's harder because you have like, especially if you're playing two different races.
Right. So Protoss team is probably considered
the worst.
One of the worst. Terran people could say that too, but for example,
you need
versus,
a Zerg in there. Like I think Zerg is really key into the speed that you have.
Yeah, it's like
the
I said,
harass.
Yeah, being fast on the map, being able to go from point A to point B in the shortest amount of time, that's a huge asset in 2v2.
My favorite thing about 2 Zerg is the hatch by the ramp and Sunkens. Like that takes me back to even 1v1s back in the day, right? That became a thing. And it's still carried forth in 2v2s. Like that's not done in 1v1 anymore, I don't think.
Right. Yeah, in some builds you could see it in 1v1s, but rarely. I do agree.
It's cool to see that. It's hard to break that shit too.
Right. There are team maps like the Hunters, but there are maps like Fighting Spirit, Python, where they have ramps. These ramps forever change the mechanic, like the dynamics of the game. Ramps allow you to be a little defensive, but still, have a shot, either by teching or, getting bigger. But at Hunters, I don't see many people, being super defensive. But here, the ramp allows you to have a different, techniques or approaches to the game.
Is Hunters a map on Shield Battery right now? It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I haven't played much on it. I think a lot of people veto it.
I thought it's kind of in because like tanks can siege, but I don't know how much of a factor that is in 2v2s. Like you can siege across the fucking map.
Yeah.
Unless it's like an edited version that doesn't allow you to do that, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, I haven't played on Hunters too much, so I don't know how 2v2 looks in Hunters.
I would like to see Polypoid on the Shield Battery map pool. I think that's a cool map.
Right. Okay. So here we go. You got 2 vultures up there, so they won't be able to break that. Yeah, so Zerg Terran mirrors, it really depends on how many Zerglings and vultures you make. That pretty much sets the tone of the game. If you make more vultures, you have less Goliaths, but you get to press a little harder and have map control, at least in the beginning to the mid-game.
Alright, I'm not sure what they were trying to accomplish there with Lings and Vultures. I mean, Chile is pretty blocked off. I wonder, is there like a coherent strategy? Is this game going somewhere?
It's pretty neck and neck. They'll both try to come out to center to combine their Mutas and Goliaths. Now it's just going to be micro battle and whoever reinforces their army faster. So in high level games, you'll see not many teams going across the middle of the map too much. And the big reason is that your reinforcements arrive later. So unless you know you are at a big advantage, they don't tend to cross the midline of the map because you're going to fight an unfavorable battle, most likely. And one bad engagement can end the game.
Does Babo have an advantage here making gas that is natural and mining from it? I guess Dandy could kind of do the same.
Yeah,
when do you do that and when do you not do that?
I think if you are in a favorable position in the map, let's say you have more Mutalisks and you have, your ally has more units, then you do have the leisure of droning up a little bit and getting extra gas. But if you're
it costs like a
behind,
drone, you gotta make the gas, and then you need like 3. How many drones do you need to mine it? Like, it's a pretty expensive thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's got what, like 5 drones mining it?
Yeah, as long as you spend all your gas, and your muter count is high up, if you have, minerals left, you can drone up, because Zerglings at this point don't play a huge role.
Okay, this is a pretty badass battle. I love watching Goliath missiles like shoot up in the air at Mutalisks. It looks cool. I think it might be close.
Yeah, what a battle.
So in 2v2, there's less pressure to expand, right? And I think your focus goes elsewhere. That's like a bigger factor in 1v1. Am I expanding enough? When do I do it? Where do I do it? In 2v2, you're focusing on what, like your timings? Your unit composition isn't like, it's kind of set, right? It's determined, I think. Like, there isn't that much variety in unit composition.
It depends on the matchup, but I think in mirror matches, it tends to be pretty similar.
Right, like Terror makes Goliaths, Dandy makes Mutalisks.
Exactly.
At no point is he gonna make like Bouts.
Yeah, it's usually not standard, and Bouts can only have anti-air property, so what are you going to do against the Goliaths? So.
Right, super expensive too. Here's an expansion from the Peruvians. Is that kind of ballsy for both of them to expand?
They're pretty ahead in the game, so
Okay.
The only time... I think so. I think you just saw them win, at least have control of the center. So you can... The rule is that, not a rule, but suggestion is, you don't expand when you're behind. You expand only to solidify your winning chances if you know you have good control of the game.
Terror has armor and Ultra has attack. The Mutalisks don't have any upgrades. Is there a reason why they're not upgrading this? Just not worth it?
It's just, a stylistic thing. If you don't upgrade, you have more mutas, but as time goes on, you tend to lose air battles if you're fighting only against the opponent Zerg. But if you really want to maximize winning early battles, I think.
Would you get them?
Then,
and would you get attack or armor? Because you're going up against Mutalisk, but you're also going up against Goliaths.
Yeah, I think armor is the way to go because I think you tend to get much less damage versus Goliaths, and just the way their damage, I guess, calculated versus like Mutalisk, armor's way to go. Same thing with like versing, like Muta versus Muta. There's less cushion damage that goes into it. So if you have 12 Mutalisks that fight, 12 Mutalisks, one is like armor, the other is attack, then you usually see the armor winning. All right, let's watch this.
Okay. It's a good... What do you want, like an arc as terror, I guess? I mean, shit, it looks like Babo has a lot of Mutalisks. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Is it that extra gas that he was mining?
I think so. That it's showing its strength now.
I don't think the Peruvian fans are happy seeing Dandy and Terra lose like this.
They'll have their chances. A few more games left.
Gracias, señores.
So Mo, where are you tuning in from?
What do you mean?
You in Colorado?
Colorado? No, I'm in Canada right now. But I'm American Canadian, I guess. In Toronto.
Oh, you're doing your PhD there.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you were in University of Colorado.
No. You're in New York, right?
I'm around there. I'm spending a year in Boston, and next year we'll be going to San Francisco.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I'll be with Sergeant Fat.
Really?
Maybe I'll go pay him a visit.
Catch him while he's on like edibles and stuff. He plays every day, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's on a lot because he has the greatest stuff. Not as much as me, probably.
Latin American supports their streamers, man. Me and Dandy together, we have over what 250 viewers right now, and I'm not even sure what we're doing. Okay, Polypoid. Again? I don't know if Dandy and Terra can win a game. Like, in my head, Babo and Ultra are like super strong.
I think last game was pretty close.
Alright, here we go. Game 3. Chile up 2-0. Come on, Peru. Let's see what the spawns are. Is it like constantly left to right? Top right, we got Terror. His ally is on the top left. Dandy playing Zerg still. So that's the race composition. Babo top left. And Ultra bottom right. So we got top versus bottom. Same matchup. I don't think we're going to see any Protoss today. Unless maybe Dandy switches over. But I don't know. I think his Zerg, he feels like that's better in a 2v2 than Protoss. Should make sense.
Yeah, I was hoping for a Terran team. That would be pretty exciting.
What's Terra up to here?
Looks like 8 racks. So here we go.
I think busted.
Yes. Now he has to send another SCV. He wants to complete that. Oh, Ultra's not gonna bother him? Oh, he wanted to do the same thing, but
I mean, Terra's pretty infamous for doing stuff like this.
Yeah, this was one of the matchups that, you know, Arax is quite viable and sometimes very good. Yeah, so you have to send another SCV, so you're...
That's not good.
Build it.
I don't know, like, he's teching, right? Yeah, because you can't be going bio and lifting off your racks if it's under threat.
Right.
That's only good for tech build.
Yeah, so even if you do an 8 racks outside,
I think
you're not going to make...
Man.
Yeah, I think we'll
like
still
Babo's
have
making
to
links.
see.
Well, I guess Dandy has links too.
Yeah, the fact that you're doing 8 racks, your allies is going to go 9 pool.
What's Dandy's job? What is he? Are they on the defensive now, like Dandy and Terror?
They're still on the offensive because their Marines are faster. So I think Dandy will try to control Babo's links, make sure it doesn't go around and go into Terror's base, because he can kind of smuggle like 2 or 3 lings and then catch SCVs that are building factories. And Terror's already behind on eco, so he really can't afford to lose any SCVs. So
I love 2v2s. It takes you back to like StarCraft, where you just play with Marines and Zerglings. Right? Don't really tech up.
yeah.
Micro is super important.
Yeah. Oh, I think that was big. Yeah, 2 roles. You got to protect your allies' Marine, and you just got to keep a close eye on where the enemy Zerglings are going.
Is there timing when you get the lair?
Generally, if they're both 9 pool, they go speed first and then lair. So they usually take out a drone after they press speed from the gas, and then whenever gas is 100, usually you'll have around 150 minerals to press lair. The reason you don't go lair first is that, as you can see, having speed early in this matchup is quite crucial, especially if you're both 9 pool. Yeah, so losing the center of the map battle means you inevitably have to make a sunken. So you gotta wait until the vulture arrives. Oh, but it's not Terra's vulture.
It's dead.
Yeah, I think losing those Marines at 6 o'clock was too big. So that's 3 games.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't have a feeling that they have it today. Something's off. Babo's out to kill.
Right. He has sharpened his knife. So I tend to think that 8 racks works better when you're cross from one another. Just because it's harder to combine units if you're in diagonal positions. So you tend to gain a huge advantage if you have a very aggressive build when you're in cross positions. But in this case, they were both on same side, and Babo also did 9 pool. So there was not much advantage in this case.
Interesting map pick. Have you ever played on Lemon?
I have not. It was one of the maps I vetoed. But to be honest, I don't know that map that too well.
Have you ever seen Lemon? Do I even have one? Okay, this is version 1.1. Let's see if this is the most.
They'll just have to take what you give you.
Alright, Babo has never played this map.
Oh, this map. I remember some Korean pros playing on this.
Yeah, you have like no space in your main. There's 2 gas.
It's an interesting map, for sure.
Welcome to Lemon. Oh, the mineral patches, right? So
This reminds me of the the old Brood War
right?
like maps where not all of the minerals are like 1500, but of like different amounts. I kind of like it.
I mean, one person once commented that like it's got cool features, but maybe too many at once. Like 2 gas, a lot of mineral patches, no space in the main to build, but I don't know. Maybe just introducing one of those things is too little.
Right, you just can't have one, you gotta have all three.
I think that's what happens with map makers. They can't control their creative urges. This was an ASL. Blizzard didn't adopt it though, it seems like, into the ladder map pool.
Right, I don't know who makes the call of which
They
maps
just
to put in.
copied the ASL map pool. But it's interesting that they didn't put this in there. Every other map, I think they did. The guy who made this made like Ringing Bloom, Autobahn, Sparkle. His name is Waldstein.
Oh, okay.
He's a Korean map maker.
Yeah, those are interesting. They're all kind of exotic maps. I like to think Sparkle, it's an island map. I think that map came out when Flash was just dominating. I think the whole map making kind of evolved into how do we stop Flash from dominating all the games?
Yeah, I think I heard that before, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have cross spawns.
Okay.
Bottom
Hopefully
left, we got
this will
Terra.
be more. Yeah, go ahead, introduce.
Who's this? This is Babo and Ultra.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wonder how this changes up to 2v2. 2 gas, minerals. Are they doing anything that's different? Or they're just playing normal on this?
Early game, I don't think it makes too much of a difference.
Is Dandy dead?
Yeah, this is close. You just can't lose too many drones. One is the most he can lose. He lost 2, he lost 3. Yeah, now it's tough. Yeah, 12 hatchery at a cross position.
Babo's a super aggressive, like, sort of 2v2 player, huh?
I think you have to be a little aggressive, I think, in this case. He went 9 pool, and it's a reasonable build. I really hope he can pull this off so we can see a little bit more.
Yeah, it'd be a shame for this to end early because I want to see how this map plays out. Terror, I guess this is what happens when you have a Terran ally. You just have to survive as Zerg. Because they always attack Zerg, right? They don't attack Terran.
Yeah, usually, you go for the Zerg. Terran usually has a good wall.
No, I see a theme emerging here where Dandy just dies because he can't hold 1v2s.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, and he doesn't have the eco to lair and follow the muterless. So it's all on Terror to kind of bring up the game.
It's kind of tilting, right? Because you're dependent on your ally. Oh shit. That was not the play. Yeah, they just don't seem in sync, you know what I mean?
Right. I think the only thing they could have done is to mass ling. Dandy to mass ling and and terror to either, mass vultures or Goliaths.
Yeah, so the center has these like vision blockers too. Some other shit going on over there.
Right.
Dandy's just like making a bunch of sunkets. He's like, fuck, I'm gonna die. I need sunkets.
Yep. And after that, I bet in like 5 seconds, Mutalisks are gonna pop. Yeah, those are Mutalisks ready to pop.
I love the fucking floating racks that Terra has. We're gonna say GG?
Yep, I think this is the call right here. There's absolutely nothing they can do.
You can make one drone.
Yes, there it is. So, Ultra's just got to make one tank and siege. He doesn't even have to come out. Just let Babo have fun.
Yeah, just counter, right?
Right. So he can stay at that choke. Terra can stay at that choke and prevent the Goliaths from coming down, but
yeah. This is all.
Babo's gonna amass enough Mutalisks.
When your ally dies like this, you don't have an expansion. I mean, come on, he's mining with one drone.
Yeah, there's very very little hope left in here. That's kind of cute. The Goliaths kind of wiggling around that blind space. All right, 3 Sunkens versus 13 Goliaths. I bet the 3 Sunkens will win. There you go. Okay, that was an hour. Okay, so it wasn't as bad as we thought it would be, right?
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'll chip in some money for next one.
No, you've been generous enough, man. It was cool that you used to do the 2v2 tournaments. I think you did a few of those.
I did, but I don't have a good enough computer to...
Yeah, but it was just about organizing something, and I think people signed up. Nooblish Isup. That's how you pronounce his name. Appreciated it. Now you guys got 2v2 ladder.
Yeah, those are fun. I think it's just the idea of celebration and people getting together to do something they enjoy so much.
Yeah, I feel bad that the 2v2 community never has any events, streams, or anything, right?
Right, yeah, I think there were some independent streamers used to hold their own tournaments. I think Silver did a lot of stuff, but a lot of times these guys get they find it a little burdensome to do it on their own, and sometimes if you don't gain enough traction, then you just don't find the motivation to do it again. But you know, next year I hope to do more of these tournaments if the opportunities arise. Of course, now we have Shield Battery, so
hell yeah, man. 2v2 tournament, guys. There's a thread about it on TL Reddit. You just gotta sign up. You join the Discord, type in your account name, and you're signed up for the qualifier. And we're also offering monthly small prizes for the months of December, January, and February, which is the qualifier period. So if you're the top rated 2v2 player, you get a small prize. I don't know, like $10 to the top 4 individuals. Whatever the donations allow. So that's something separate from the final prizes for the tournament winners. And yeah, if that's a cool format, we'll repeat it. There's a chance that BSL might just like have a 2v2 league and then like different divisions, but they want volunteers, admins, to help with that. So if there are people out there who want to help out with that, speak to BSL in the Discord, because they have a lot of infrastructure, right? They have a website where people have account names and all that stuff. It'd probably be the best place for 2v2 stuff. Alright, so the players are yelling at me to start the game.
it's just this.
We got double
Is this
Terran.
a
Sparkle.
special matchup?
So this is by the author of Lemon, that we just talked about. This is the map that was developed, I guess, to defeat Flash. Did Flash still win?
I don't remember, but I think
Probably.
he did lose at least a few games. I don't remember if this was the season he didn't win. But so is this like an encore of matchup? Because I do believe we played 4 games already, right?
Yeah, I told them to just play for as much as they can until tomorrow if possible. Well, like when we do a sponsored event on Africa TV or Trovo, they would ideally like at least like a 2.5 hour event. So I'm not sure what format it's needed, right? For 1v1s,
Right.
I kind of have an idea. But we'll probably see some more games. It's looking kind of imbalanced. I don't know.
I think
Babo and Ultra
Terran
winning
team. Yeah, I think this will be an interesting matchup with 2 Terrans on each team.
I like them switching that up. I mean, at some point you got to give up on the TZ. I don't think Dandy's Zerg is as good as Babo's, and it's just he doesn't seem in sync with Terror. I don't know if they got to get into a voice chat or what. I don't know if that's what Babo's doing. Like, that really helps, right? When you're talking to someone in voice. I know a lot of 2v2 players don't do that, but maybe for like a tournament or big events, that's like a huge advantage, right? Because having to like type out what you want to do, like I don't think 2v2 players actually type much.
Right. I think in the beginning it's nice to talk to somebody instead of having to type. But once you play enough games with the same, ally, you get a feel of what they're gonna do, and you don't even need to talk. You just look at their base once, or you don't even look at their base, and you have a good idea what they're doing. So after some point, I don't think talking over voice. Yeah.
But I figure there's moments like where you're just, you want to be like, don't engage, or just like, retreat. Sometimes you just watch your ally, like his whole army dies, right? And you're asking yourself, oh my god, why did he do that?
Right.
Or
but
you're just both about
enough,
to engage, and like it's a bad time, and then your ally engages, and then you're like, oh fuck, I gotta like help him out in those kind of situations. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Those engagements are key.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of interesting though, like those moments when you play enough with your partner, it just
You get
that
each other?
becomes instinct. That becomes an instinct.
I guess. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Like a
it's
tango
kind of
partner.
exactly. You don't even have to say things. You just know if this is the right situation because you've done it hundreds and thousands of times.
You've yelled
So
at each other enough times for each to
exactly,
understand.
exactly.
I thought you didn't tilt, man, but I was speaking to Wig, and he's like, "No, he sometimes goes off."
Dude, I think everyone who plays StarCraft, like, there's an element
2v2
of
though is
tilting.
really frustrating because like you're dependent on someone. In ones, you can't really blame anybody, but in 2v2 sometimes it's funny. Like when you carry a game, you almost feel like your ally owes you something. You know what I mean? Like, you owe me more than that. You played so bad. I played my ass off. You get this sense of like entitlement almost. It's really funny.
Right.
Maybe I'm projecting, but I think there are games where you just play really well and your partner doesn't, and you just feel like, they owed you a little bit more.
Maybe that's one reason that a lot of people don't like to play 2v2, just because if they don't find a good partner, they just it's so easy to like say like, well, I'm good, but my ally's not good, so what's the point of playing 2v2?
I don't think they get it. I think it's pretty complicated too, because there's like 3 more players besides yourself instead of just one.
Right.
The builds that they've learned in ones and stuff, like, it doesn't transfer over. It's cool for me to see like really good 1v1 players play 2v2 as well.
Right, and it's fun to see them struggle as well. It's
yeah, because it's different.
Yeah, and there's a lot to be learned. Like if you play 1v1 and then play 2v2, I feel like your 1v1 skills would improve at least a little bit from 2v2 and vice versa as well.
Twos is fun. It's social. I think a lot of people love that. Ones can be pretty isolating. Oh shit.
I think it just missed it. It's gonna drop. I don't think he's gonna lose this one.
It's ballsy just to pick it up. They might have done it. This is kind of cool to see. On Sparkle.
Yeah, this is a nice one.
So you probably know Dandy's famous for his Wraith control.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I've seen some of that.
Okay. Who's winning right now? Is it possible to tell?
I think it's hard to tell. I think I don't see this matchup too often, especially not on an island map. I'm not good with predictions in this case. Hey, is it okay if I come back in a few?
Yeah, of course. Alright, guys. What's going on? Dandy and Terra taking expansions. I guess Ultra is now. Not sure why Babo hasn't taken his gas this whole time. Weird. I guess it's covering the gas. I didn't notice that before. Yeah. Hive coming up.
I'm back with pizza.
What kind of pizza did you get?
Pizza with onions.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I didn't choose it. My wife chose it.
What's it called? Pizza with onions?
Yeah, just onion pizza. I wish she put on more toppings, but I let her decide. It's like, you get.
Like, I've seen onions put on top like other toppings, but I've never heard of like an onion pizza. That's fine.
Yeah, it's just onions, but it's good. So what's going on in the game?
Pizza's the best, man. Terra just tried to mass drop. Like, Terra and Dandy are aggressive, but it just doesn't really work out. And I think Babo and Ultra haven't figured out how they're gonna attack. It's got a greater spire, so I'm not sure what's there. Holy shit, this is a huge drop. Yeah, I think they're just gonna give up here. It seemed like Ultra and Babo had no idea what to do. So, Peru won kind of by default.
Yeah, you put these very highly ranked players in very awkward situations, and it just shows that everyone's human, and they're not too familiar with what they're not used to.
What's next? I like to see Python. What's like a cool 2v2 map? Something with the desert tile. What's that? Gold Rush, maybe? Is that a 4-player map? Oh, they want circuit breakers. One of my favorite maps.
Gentlemen.
Hey, Machine.
Hey, what's up, Box? Sorry about that.
You don't have to apologize, man. Thanks for joining us. It's a really big day for Brood War Machine. Shield Battery launched.
I know. Me and Raz are gonna top 2 that, by the way. Sorry for
that's
everybody
awesome,
else.
Man.
Yeah. We're probably, after this cast, gonna get a few games in even tonight, so it's gonna be dope.
I'm sorry to steal you away. I actually stole Lay away as well.
Oh, you're all good. You're all good. Yeah. Like I said, I'm just getting home, so.
A lot of people were playing. Scan, Bishop, Bonnet. Who else, Lay?
Oh shoot, maybe it's
Marwin.
not the right night to
Yeah,
learn.
you should go look at the leaderboard. It was, well, I'm not sure if they're still playing, but it's crazy. I saw Han from like BSL. He had like a 4-26 record. Like he just got smashed. Lay is pretty good at 2s. And what's your record, Lay?
Yeah.
It's like 5-9 or something.
7-11. Not looking too hot.
Jeez, must be brutal right now.
But so fun, right? Because where else are you gonna like run into these guys?
Yeah, I play like 2v2, occasionally for STPL, like Brood War Clan League, and I don't know what I'm doing, like, honestly, for the most part.
That's
in
cool.
2s, like, but you can kind of get away with it, even at like a foreign level. I don't know, but yeah, you can't do that against Bonnet, obviously, or Nziki.
I like 1v1ers like you guys who are open to 2v2, because there's some who just hate it, which I don't really get. It's like, you can be indifferent towards it. Why do you hate it? Like, you don't even play it.
Yeah.
But there's some people who just like, they don't mind playing it. So that's cool. It's a nice social, like, it's a different mix. I was telling Lay, one of the cool things about it is it just reminds us of like StarCraft back in the day when you just had like Marines and Zerglings. Because you're not really teching up, right? You're not worrying about expansions. It's all like basic units and like micro and timings and stuff. So
we've all played teams fastest, like 3v3 BGH. Like, I don't care who you are. Not even Flash just logged on and played only ladder. Like, it's fun. It's different. Speaking of crazy though, what do we got going on here? I would not have called Babo Ultra up 4-1.
Yeah, did you see the score? I think the first 3 games, Dandy and Terra were TZ with Dandy playing Zerg, and it just didn't work out. And Babo and Ultra have always been Terran and Zerg. And last game was their first win on Sparkle, and it was kind of a weird game where I don't think Babo and Ultra really knew what to do. And Terra and Dandy were just on the offensive. Terra just mass dropped with Goliaths, and I think Babo and Ultra were just like, fuck this map. We'll just give a GG and let's go on to circuit breakers. So I'd like to see like Terra and Dandy win a game on a normal map.
Yeah. It'll be hard to do. Like, I think during our last cast, I even kind of mentioned this. And honestly, Lay, you're gonna probably know this more than me, but like Terran is not like an ideal 2v2 composition, right?
Yeah, it certainly isn't the most common, and for a good reason.
Like mobility?
Mobility is the biggest issue. And
Do you
depending
like
on who you're,
double tech, or is it possible for one to go bio and the other tech?
You can-
Or I guess it depends on like your opponent. So.
right, I think versus Zerg Protoss, you can sometimes see both bio, because if you combine both bios, you get 24 Marines and 4 medics. So that's a huge army. So
Yeah.
there are various ways to play it, but it tends to be slower, you know, Terran, especially if they're diagonal to one another. That's going to be a tough matchup, like this one.
Exactly. When they're diagonal, like there's almost no meeting in the middle. Like really, like for the little I know about 2v2s, like there's a giant like spike in power just by being able to couple your armies together, you know, to meet at a point and touch. And that's something, you know, that a lot of people kind of struggle to learn, like myself included.
That's funny.
But yeah, that's the problem with Terran is like, sure, if they give you the space to be able to get both those bio armies together before, you know, both Zergs, you know, swarm one Terran bio force and then go mop up the other, you know, it's fine. But it's really that connection point.
Yeah, that's a great point. I don't think we discussed like just meeting together, combining your armies before you can do anything. That's funny.
I'm telling you, it's like a recent lesson for myself, because like I was saying, I was playing some Brood War Clan League against Boneth Ziki, and when I tell you I have never been stomped so freaking hard in a 2v2, like I'm being serious. They are monsters.
They're PZ. They must play.
Yeah, PZ. We all did identical builds, but every single game, they just would run Raz and I over because they would just get their army together first. Like that was their sole focus, and it's so tough to deal with.
They're supposed to play on Shield Battery too, so that could be a god team.
Yeah, for sure. So we see Zerg here is doing a great job just kind of poking, keeping Terrans stuck inside both mains. Jiren is Babo, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
I've been calling him Babo.
Got it. Yeah, I forgot for some. I was like, Jiren, I don't remember him being a part of this, but okay, he's Babo.
He's 18-1 right now on Shield Battery.
Holy crap. Okay, so this is the guy to learn from then.
I'm not sure who he was playing with. I think Dandy maybe. Yeah,
Okay.
Before the show match, I think he was actually playing with Dandy. But he's super aggressive Zerg. And I was mentioning to Lei how I love in 2v2s, you do the whole hatch by the ramp and you make it sunk. Like it takes us back, right? When that was a thing even in 1v1s.
Oh, for sure. It used to be a thing in 1v1s. It's like you're saying, it's very common though. You see this mainly in 2v2. The reason being, the easiest way to lose a 2v2, and let me tell you, because I have lost so many 2v2s by just trying to take that expo as a Zerg. Everybody loves to attack the Zergs first in 2v2. They're just the easy, weak
that's right.
race. But here we go. We're actually seeing... is this Terror getting vultures inside the main? Not sure who that is.
The barcode is Dandy, and Terra, you know he likes to play this pink color.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So Terror actually getting in there, getting a few SCVs, not bad, but they do fall. Meanwhile, man, Dandy, just a macro monster here, just building up that bioforce. I mean, this is kind of what they're going to have to do. Looking at their compositions here, Ultra really needs to spend most of his time trying to contain Dandy, as Vultures and Mech really trade so well against the bio. You know, meanwhile, Zerg should probably be spending more of their time trying to keep Terror inside the main for the exact opposite reason.
We never see Hydras in 2v2s, huh? It's always Mutas?
You do. It's less likely. I think if Zerg's able to hold a natural early on, you have a lot, you know, more likely of a chance of seeing Hydra, but you're also just as likely as Hydra to see like a sneaky one-base lurker play, I'd say, in 2v2 as well. But mutas are just nice because it's that air, you know, air to ground, it's mobility,
right.
It's anti-air. So that's just like a lot of utility there with Mutalisks. Here we go, big attack. I do not think this is going to go well for Zerg, and Babo agrees, completely backing off. But actually, we have, but Ultra coming in here. Very good flank from the high ground, picking off all of this Bioforce. And yeah, this is just incredible play here. from Babo and Ultra. I don't think they could have traded more efficiently against that. No joke.
I'm not sure what Dandy's thinking. Let me just go on the map in 2v1.
What? I don't know. Like I was saying, what else can he really do there? Wow, a good amount of vultures did actually die to that bunker going inside the main. So Dandy doing a job holding that better than I thought he would.
That kind of evened out. Terra over here just like walking around the map. He totally walked around the mines. That's awesome.
Yeah, he totally knew exactly where the mines were. That was a crazy walk around. But either way, this is a good enough Goliath count that I'm a little worried here for Ultra. We'll have to see if he's able to hold this, because he's just shown vultures so far. I'd assume he has to have some tanks, but the majority of his money's been out on the map. And actually, yes, Dandy coming as well. What? Is this a thing? Okay, good timing attack here against Dandy with these Muta, but it is only 5 Muta. I think this might fall eventually. Yeah, Dandy and Terror should not turn around. It is time to go. And here they go. Looks like they'll start pressing up into the main of Ultra. Dandy's starting to lose that SCV count in the main. That could be crippling. And yeah, mines, 3 tanks on a ramp. That's just going to be so hard to break up, but they've got to do it. Siege does go down here. Goliath slowly struggling to get up that ramp. Oh, SCV block just at the perfect time, preventing those Goliaths from getting underneath those siege tanks. And wow, it looks like Ultra here might hold, but Dandy is crippled. Oh, final tank does fall. Whoa, what a crazy game.
Okay.
Still though, Dandy pretty crippled at this point. 16 supply left, forced to lift that command center. This is kind of going to turn into a little bit of a 2v1 here for Terror, I believe. Is that a dropship heading top left into Ultra's main?
Yeah, it is. Thanks.
Oh, no worries. And we have Goliath drop on top of that final siege tank. Whoa! Suddenly 2 players are now crippled. Beautiful drop here. Only 1 tank in production left for Ultra, so that might even die to these 4 Goliaths. Oh, actually good return with these Vultures. Still, Goliaths trade pretty well against Vultures here, but Terror targeting down these individual SCVs. Looks like the Goliaths will fall.
I'm gonna get it.
So freaking good. Holy shit.
Yeah, he's only got 2 SCVs.
That was like a Slayer's Boxer Goliath drop right there. Ooh, big mine connections.
Oh, that's why he lifted off. He's got a bunker there.
Oh man, he's only got 2 SCVs left and definitely no money. I think that's gonna be it for Dandy here.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any money to his name, no way to replenish SCVs, so might as well lift and float his buildings around. Meanwhile, Babo's econ, although been on 1 base this entire time, has been untouched. That's really the key. You know, there's been no harass inside the Zerg main. You know, he got more than enough sunkens that he didn't end up even needing 3 on the ramp. Really good signs of a disciplined Zerg 2v2 player.
You don't think Terra can 1v2 them though, huh?
I mean, there's like a world where that Valkyrie gets some fluke shots off, you know, and the mutas get completely wiped. But beyond that, I can tell you it's looking unlikely here.
Yeah, and Babo's camping right where he's wanting to drop, so.
Yeah, if Terra wins this, you know, his advantage is going to be to basically dragging the game out, but he's dragging the game out 2v1. You know, these mutas can counter at any point, and Terra knows that. Like, he is way far away from being able to safely move out against a Zerg.
Okay, so he knows where the mutas are. This is his time to maybe drop. But Babo's got lings everywhere.
Yeah, and I mean, even Ultra's doing a good job scouting. There's a building floating towards 12 o'clock. He knows he's vulnerable to some kind of a drop again. Yeah, I think it would be a mistake, actually, for Terra to try to drop at this point. But
yeah, he's the weakest link, right? So it's so obvious.
He's got to take some risk. And here we go. Babo actually coming in at a pretty opportune time. Oh no, no Goliath range yet from Terra. I think that's a little bit of an oversight. But actually scouting the 2 Valkyries and the drop going in towards the main. There is a siege tank, remember, some vultures and lings in the main as well that should be able to clean this up. But the 2 Valkyries against the Muta, this is where things really going to get interesting. Oh, good first volley. Oh, Babo very smartly spreading the Mutas. Yeah, it's just too good of a surround though. It's only 2 Valkyries. There's not much you can really do.
You got destroyed, man.
Yeah, like I said, you just when you get behind like that as Terran, your best bet's really to just sit back and kind of secure the bases. I think for the most part.
I like how Terra's like, okay, I'm just gonna play this out instead of just GGing, playing a new game. And
yeah.
like Dandy is just all over the map with his buildings. Refugee, Terran.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, he's just trying to make a game of it, you know. At this point, I think he was in a position where he might have been able to come back, but obviously losing the double drop and 2 Valkyries just hurts. There's no way around it. I mean,
yeah,
he did.
Maybe just dropping Zerg? Did Babo have a expansion there? I think maybe he did.
It's always scary attacking the non-crippled Zerg at this point in the game, you know? Yeah.
The non-crippled Zerg.
I mean, that's the best way to describe it. He's like, his econ has not been touched, right? He's the only one who really has taken no damage at any point in this game. So yeah, he's definitely the big boy here. He's going to be the tough one to beat. So Muta's maybe catching Terror out of position. Oh, good! Scourge connections from Babo. Ooh, that's big. Valkyrie's going down. Yeah, and there's 2 siege tanks here as well. This is just a beautifully timed drop. And I think that's it. I think this is going to be the end here for Terror.
He doesn't think so.
No, he doesn't.
He never leaves the fucking games, eh?
Dude, when you're someone like Terror, you've played back from some ridiculous situations. I get it. I get it. But, you know. I mean, he's a 1v1 player, right? Maybe he's actually more comfortable by himself, you know?
Yeah, that's funny. I got this now. Now that you're dead, I got this.
Dandy won't hold me back any longer.
Everything makes sense.
I mean, at this point, he's, you know, having a hard time killing off the Zerg, and everything Ultra's doing is just extra, you know? It's, pretty soon the tank count's going to build up, and you can only, you know, be so Goliath heavy when there's tanks involved. It's just difficult. Terra actually researching +1 armor, which is great against these Mutalisks. C.
What does that mean?
No idea.
Got some secret language
Yeah, right?
Peruvians are using here. If anybody can like decipher that, please let us know. I'm thinking it's yes, but yes to what? Like, is he reading his mind right now? What the fuck's going on?
Well, the funny thing is he's like, yes, and then Terra's actually not doing anything, so it's like, yes, don't do anything, like, you know? But big attack from in here. It's just too much. GG. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Babo and Ultra going up 5-1 now.
Yeah.
Insane. I'm telling you, I wouldn't have called this result before the series started for sure. I knew that Babo, was a good 2v2 player. I didn't know Ultra was so good, if I'm being honest, at 2v2 specifically. He's obviously an amazing 1v1 player. But man, and I mean, Dandy and Terra are just legends. I just want to see him swap the races, maybe, and have one go Zerg or one go Protoss or something for a little bit. It's so hard
from what I remember, Dandy used to play Protoss and Babo would play Zerg, but
okay.
I haven't seen a single Protoss. I feel like Zerg is pretty essential in 2v2.
It's pretty good, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's funny how like double Zerg is banned, because I thought this game is so balanced that you could, double Protoss. Like, is it because of the mutas? And then I'm just thinking, why don't they just make Sayers or like a Dark Archon?
I think it's like mobility. Like the two Zergs just swarming someone with double muta is really just so impossible at like a high level to deal with. But I don't know. My 2v2 is not that good.
It will be though.
Yeah, by the end of the season.
Shield Battery's gonna sharpen it up, man.
Yep. You're gonna have to have Razanai on for a 2v2 show match by the end of this.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Have you guys played before or no?
Oh yeah, we actually are the 2v2 team for Clan Red, which is our clan. So, yeah.
It's fun. It's always fun playing with like a friend,
Oh yeah,
especially
for sure.
voice chat or something like that.
It's essential. I'm telling you, some players don't and play, and I'm really just like, how do you manage it? Your communication's so much faster through Discord or whatever, as long as you have some kind of voice chat.
See,
TT1,
that's what I'm talking about.
Lay's
like if you play with somebody long enough, like, you know everything about them. It's like your dance partner. But I'm just thinking there's certain situations where you're just about to engage and you just don't have the time to like type something. But yeah, you were saying about TT1.
Yeah, he actually doesn't use voice communication for the Rogues Gallery event, and I know that was like a big part of the reason why, he probably didn't do as well in 2v2 as
right?
he would. Yeah,
I think it's a huge advantage just to be able to talk to the guy like, retreat, don't engage. There's sometimes you want to engage and like one person hesitates and one person goes first.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh fuck, I gotta join this guy, even though this is a catastrophe. We should not be engaging right now. Like, we're outnumbered or whatever. And when you're in voice chat, you can kind of avoid those situations by just saying like, run.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, it's helpful for sure. I get being able to like just also work together and not have to communicate every little thing too if you've been playing together for a ton of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I still use this.
Orky Island, do I even have this? What maps are these people picking? Like, I don't even have this map. I know what map this is. This is the Terran fucking like drop on your cliff and you're dead.
Yep.
So old.
Yep.
Why would you pick this?
It's the ultimate TVT map probably, or TT map. Like, I can't think of a better one. Yeah, double Goliath drop on the back of one of the mains here would just be ridiculous. I don't know what you'd do against it, honestly. I used to play Terran on island maps, and because Zerg is just, in my opinion, so much weaker. And this was like my pick map if I was gonna, actually I never picked island maps, but if someone else picked it, I'd just go Terran and Goliath drop 100% of the time.
Seems like Lay got his onion pizza and just muted himself. Have you ever heard of an onion pizza?
It's just onion topping pizza, I mean.
It's got cheese though, right?
Yeah, it's cheese.
Is it white onions or like red onions?
I can respect that.
White onions. It gives a nice texture.
I love onions.
I literally love onions, so I'll have onion anything.
I've never tried that though, just onions. I bet it is good. Like, it's greasy with the cheese and stuff. Yeah.
It's like when you order from Domino's, but like they have these deals where you can only have like one topping pizza for like $4.99, and then like, all right, I'll get onions.
Your fiance, or maybe it's your wife now. Did you guys marry? Are you still?
Well, yeah, we're married now.
Oh, congrats, man. Your wife's like, I want onions.
Yeah.
One topping, it's gotta be onions.
To be honest, it's like one of the better pizzas I've had, so I'm not complaining.
Pizza's the best,
Yeah.
man.
It really is the best. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm having some chicken soup with onion in it.
Oh, chicken soup's good, man.
Good old homemade chicken soup where you just cut a chicken in half and throw the bones and everything into a pot.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's not too warm there, eh? Like, you're in California?
I mean, for the time of year, I think it's pretty warm, but right now it's like 60s-ish during the day. Or maybe just in the morning and at night. So, yeah, it's not super cold, but it's like finally like cold enough that like I'll wear pants when I go outside, you know? Like,
Yeah, because it's so warm there that a slight change in the temperature, right? It has an effect. I know. I just mentioned it because like temperature and the types of food I eat.
mhm.
There's like a connection there. So in the winter, I love soup, obviously. I mean, I'll eat it in the summer too, but
You know, I didn't actually make that connection, but I've been going to a pho place for like the last
Oh, I love
month
pho.
that I haven't gone to all
Oh.
year.
it's the best.
And yeah, like it's finally like you're right. It's like cold enough during the day that like pho for lunch is like good, you know?
My Vietnamese friend just recently told me, he's like, you know how you wait like 50 minutes for yours to come? I'm like, yeah. He's like, they could just bring it out to you in like 2 minutes. Like, it's ready. Like, really? I'm like, yeah. Why the
Yeah.
fuck do they take 15 or 20 minutes to bring it to me then?
Well, it depends on what you get sometimes too. Like if you get the one with like the rare steak or whatever in it, then I'm sure they gotta go like dig that stuff out. And
Oh,
I
that's-
don't know.
You get it with
But-
pork or chicken or beef or what?
I'm gonna butcher this. Pho doc be it. It's like meatballs, tendon, raw beef.
I don't think I've had that. It's good.
It's-
Anything is good with pho. Like,
Yeah, it's so good. Oh boy.
starving here. Are you starving too, Machine? Is that why we're talking about food? Like,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I've already had my
actually-
meal. I can't eat anymore of that.
I did not eat a thing all day, and I just got home, and so.
Oh,
yeah,
you
I
should
was
just go
starving.
grab something,
Well,
man. Like,
I have it now. Maria got me a bowl of soup. So I'm
because
good.
like Lay's been munching on his onion pizza for. I already had mine, so yeah, you should just feel comfortable, man. We're just hanging out tonight.
Cool.
We got some imbalanced teams. Score is 5-1 for Team Chile. Cross spawns. This is Ultra.
So what is Babo
This is
doing here? I gotta
Babo.
say. This is not a.
They
Island
picked
Babo.
this map, right? I'm not even sure why the winners picked this.
I don't think the winners picked it. Terra.
Oh, was it Terra
Andy
that picked
it.
Forky Island?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't think they even played the game back when this was out. So that's interesting to me.
Oh, they did.
Did they?
Terra
Wasn't
and
this
Andy?
like really old school? What year is this from? 2004?
I would guess, yeah, about 2004.
Was Terra playing back then? Because, like, you know, the old school BW players, when I came back, I found they were considered like they started playing 2010, 2009, which to me is not like old school. Like, you're old school, 2004. 98, 99 is like ancient.
I started playing 2001.
Oh, is that right? I don't know why I thought 2004. So, yeah, that's right. So you're part of the ancient, like, dinosaur class of.
Yeah,
Brood players.
I'm not in control. I didn't get the beta or anything, but I've been playing this game for a while, for sure.
Yeah, so that's like really ancient, but a lot of the players who've been around for a while, I don't think they go back that far.
Yeah.
Uh,
I guess
2004,
so.
that's
It
a
makes
long time.
sense. Like Terra's younger, so.
That's 17 years ago.
Yeah. Jeez.
We were dumb and full of cum.
Yup, we definitely were, man. I'm fucking old. My fingers
And
hurt
broken.
and broke, and like, you know.
That's the great thing about you guys having, like, you know, relationships, and like you grow old with each other and you just like break down with each other. That's the great thing about having like a partner. Sinbad has
right.
funny jokes around this where he's like, you know, one person can't see, one person can't hear, so you like rely on each other's senses. One person sees for you, the other person like hears for you.
My dad
That's right.
steals my mom's glasses all of the time they're not even his prescription. He just refuses to wear his. Like, so every time they go out to the restaurant, she's like, every freaking time, you always take my glasses, and you never bring your own. And then you complain about how my glasses don't work.
Yeah. He knows what's up.
Yeah, he does. He does.
That's kind of the relationship goals you want, you know?
Yeah,
to grow old like that.
Yep. Wow,
Alright, guys. Just die. Sad, lonely, pathetic life. With nobody's glasses. Maybe I can find some in the lost and found.
Maybe.
Alright, so what's going on? Who's winning, guys?
Man, I don't know. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't like.
I don't know what the fuck I'm looking
opener.
at.
Babo went 9 pool on an island map. That can't be a thing. I'm sure he's going for like the fastest muta, 1 or 2 muta, basically possible.
That's why you were like, what the fuck is Babo doing?
Yeah, no, this is not a thing. He could have gone hatch first. Or honestly, 12 pool is the most optimal if you're trying to go for like the fastest spire, but that 9 pool is not a thing. So I think he's a little behind from the start here. I mean, he is gonna afford 3 muta right when that spire hatched.
Maybe he didn't know it's an island. So... Is it possible?
No, he had to know. He had to know. I don't know. Maybe he's teaching me something. He probably is, honestly. Either way, that's fast 3 muta. I just think he could have somehow had a couple more drones with it. Who knows? We have Goliaths already for Terror. You know, I think Terror should be able to hold this, no problem. But we're gonna have to wait and see. Oh, actually, not going towards Terror. He's gonna end up going bottom right towards Dandy. But of course, this is actually gonna be the right call. Wraiths are just not as good. Oh, that is a huge catch on that Wraith. Oh, Ultra is not happy about that one. You cannot lose Wraiths early. So here we go. He's going to try to snowball, diving in, killing the first muta, scouting a turret, and backing off without really poking anymore. A little surprising. I guess he scouted Cloak.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to land in your base and make him leave. Fuck.
Ooh.
It's so BM.
So BM. I mean, there's no lings here, and like I said, he cut some drones, so these are drones kills he cannot afford. He didn't even pull the drones. Oh man, he's hurt. We're also gonna have Cloak out of here for Dandy in a second, I believe.
Yeah, I think they did it. That was nicely done.
Yeah, that's game for sure. Whoa, quick win there for Team Peru. Nice job.
With Machine here, it just definitely feels like the vibe is so colorful. I'm glad you're on board. I feel like when Ox and I were here, we're like these old guys, just all out of energy.
Machine's fun
now
to listen to.
we have a
Thank you.
finally somebody who
he's been in
was more
esports
than...
for forever, man. He knows everybody.
Yeah.
Too long. Way too long, actually.
One of the best videos of Machine is he was interviewed and mistaken for, like, I'm pretty sure it was trolling.
He was.
Hydra. I don't know if you've seen it, Lay. I'll send it to you. And Machine is like the nicest guy, but it's just so funny.
Yeah, send me the link.
Yeah, that was a fun one. That happened at Home Story Cup, actually. I got trolled pretty hard. And he played it so well too. He couldn't believe that I wasn't Idra, thought I was like messing with him too. It was just so funny. Anyways, but, yeah. No man, I'm also just hyped to play some 2v2 tonight. I think that's why I've got so much energy right now. It's like, man, this is a big day. Like, this is a cool show match for sure. Getting to learn some stuff before I go, fail to execute it on the ladder. It's gonna be great.
It's fun, man. For you guys to have something to look forward to. It's a big day for Brood War. I hope people keep playing it. I hope the tournament goes well. And I hope you don't have like an ass record in a week or two if like really good players are still playing it.
I don't care. Like, really, I don't care. It's fine. Like that's the whole point of it, you know. Like if anything, at least when you have a ass record, you're like playing some actual names. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't think you can reset your record, but from what I read in the Shield Battery server, like you can make a new account name using the same email. So in case you guys found that useful. Like, none of you bastards even made like a TQ name. This is like a tournament I made for you guys. You guys don't even... 2 or 3 of you use the TQ name.
So I thought you could only make one account, which sounds like it's the case. Yeah. Lime made a TQ account, so
I'm just joking.
Give a props to him.
It's probably better you guys don't make the TQ account if you're gonna get records like 2 to 20.
Yeah, we're all at the bottom. Just check us out from the other end.
Just sort from bottom.
Yeah, sort from bottom, and then we're in the front. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Excalibur said how it like worked, how it like prioritized different like players when it's matching you up. Like ping was in a certain order, rating was in a certain order. I want to say rating was really like newer accounts get matched up with newer accounts. I think he said that was like the first one. And then it was like inactive accounts coming back, which I'm not sure what he meant by that. And then it was like ping or something. So that they have some sort of system in place to match you up with people.
I'm sure Artosis will be happy about that ping part.
If people keep playing with the same accounts and like some weeks pass, like I think it might be a little bit better to get matched up with people maybe who are around your skill level. Like it's gonna take some time for this thing to establish itself, right? Because I'm sure when ladder on Battle.net was introduced, it's sort of the same thing. You just had like imbalanced teams playing.
Yeah. I mean that's just it, you know. Like at least on Battle.net, there's so many more folks to pick from, whereas like when you're first starting up a little community like Shield Battery, you know, like you're either gonna hit DeWalt or you're gonna hit like Joe Bob, you know.
Yeah,
it's just there's no way around it.
That's cool, man. Kind of jealous of you guys. I hope they introduce like letter ranks. I think that'd be cool. I know they have like other stuff they work on, but those are cool, right? Instead of just in addition to the rating or whatever, you have like letters. A rank, B rank.
Maybe profile pics, something that like what Blizzard was doing might be cool.
I think they have those in order. They're just lack of time. You can change your skin apparently. I did hear you can change the skin of like inside the game or something.
Oh, to like the updated like skins. Yeah, I think they have that. I played a few 1v1 games on it. I haven't played any 2v2 obviously yet, but
I love that ominous sound that it makes when you find your match.
Yeah, it's like
it's kind of cool.
Yeah. That's kind of neat. It's different for sure. I wish if the application was full screen. I'm one of those weird guys. Like, I don't know. It bothers me playing like from windowed and then you start the game and it goes full screen. I don't know why. Like, it's easier for me to get distracted or something maybe.
Yeah.
But
you're not used to it, right? I'm the same, I think, because the game is just always in full screen. And
yeah.
But it's seamless. Like anybody listening out there, you download it, shieldbattery.net, the clients. You just make an account, username, password, it can be whatever. And then I think you just find a game and BW launches. If there's any issue, it'll tell you to like connect your folder, your Shield Battery or whatever to your StarCraft path folder or something like that.
That's all stuff most of us buy now.
Yeah, it was really simple to use, and everybody I talked to really praised it. Like, it's simple. You just click a few buttons, and we never thought this 2v2 ladder was gonna come to existence. You know, we kind of lost the hope.
Yeah.
Like maybe a year ago, I was like, okay, it's not happening. But then there was this glimmer of light, and then it finally came to be. I'm just so excited.
I'm glad they decided to release 2v2 before the netcode. I think that was a good choice. Maybe the lag fix or whatever takes longer, but this is good. It gives you something to play with. Machine, the lag didn't seem that bad. Like I saw Bonnet playing on 24 low or whatever. So they were getting paired up with opponents who were in their region or whatever. Even the games that were like 16, 14 or whatever TR didn't seem too bad. Like it's the same as Battle.net, right? Playing public games with players from different places.
Right.
The only issue that could arise is like lack of players. That wasn't an issue today, but that's I think like the only problem that potentially exists if there aren't enough players.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Is eventually, hopefully, more players like start gravitating over, you know, and then it'll be controlled a little more.
A lot of people join the Shield Battery Discord server. If you look at it in the past few days, I mean, they've had over 200 people join the server. It's been a stampede.
Okay.
So
200's big in StarCraft numbers.
Yeah, and hopefully more. All right, so back to the game.
So a little bit of pressure here, you know, from Zerg Terran. There is not a full wall, but actually doing a good job blocking with those SCVs. And, oh man, Marines are just so good uphill like this, up a ramp. So
is that just a bad wall, or you can't wall?
You can't wall, I don't think. I wouldn't know, but I don't think you can wall. Either way, that was efficient, I'd say, for Terror there. A very nice hold.
Hey, Ox, I think you're in good hands.
You're gonna go 2v2, aren't you?
I'm gonna eat more pizza. I'm gonna get wrecked a little more. But
have fun, man.
Sounds good, Lay. Hey, great casting with the bud.
Yeah, like Wiggly took 4 days off work for this. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, so it's like a big deal for 2v2 players.
Jeez, okay.
Isn't that funny, Machine? Like somebody took 4 days off work. Like he's a business owner, but
I could see myself doing
and
that.
he's like, it's the stupidest thing because it's Christmas, it's a busy time, but he's like, fuck it, I deserve this.
Just gotta do it.
I just hope enough games are found every day for this guy. That he's not like, I'm financially ruined.
No, 96 active players. I think we're okay for tonight. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, tonight should be fun.
Yeah.
Well, you can see how many people are on the server, right? Like on the top right it says it, but you don't know how many people are. Does it tell you like how many are actually actively playing games?
Oh yeah. So inactive right now it's 2,700 people. Active is like 100. Not sure how many of these guys are playing, but you know, when I was playing a couple hours ago, you know, I could find games every like 10 seconds. So
yeah, it was cool.
Okay.
All right, man. Have fun.
Dang. Good luck.
All right. Enjoy
you might play
casting.
Machine later tonight too.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Raz is around.
All right.
Cheers, man.
All right.
See you, bud.
Cheers.
All right. Well, we have good pressure coming in here from Babo Ultra Team, breaking through that wall even after the early engagement. All Goliaths are falling, and the SCV count is now as well. This is nuts. You know, Terror doing what he can with these SCVs, getting some good surrounds and picks offs, but I think that's pretty much going to be it. Couple more Goliaths might pop out here and hold, but Terror is crippled at this point. Yeah, just 3 SCVs left for Terror. This is that's game-ending damage for the most part. Meanwhile, Babo and Ultra just reconvening in the center. We have plenty of vultures once again coming out. And I mean, this is exactly what he needs to fight against Dandy's pure bioforce, especially paired with these Zerglings here. So, you know, and keep in mind, these are just minerals being spent from the Zerg Terran combo, whereas, you know, Dandy's actually losing medics. It took a lot of gas to get to this force, and yeah, just completely swallowed. This is really not looking great for Team Peru here. Oh, the medics walking in first, unfortunately hitting those mines. Those were just such important medics to this force. Now there's really no way to keep up the health of the Terran army here. And yeah, big surround coming in. There's just nothing. I mean, this was just as efficient as you could be cleaning this army up.
I like how Dandy's like, I'm still gonna play this.
Yeah, like I still got this.
Like when
I'll
I
come
play
back to
2v2, when my partner's dead and the game's like this, I'm like, okay, forget this, GG.
Yeah, it's just over at that point. I mean, it's so hard to come back from. You know, there's a little more pressure on the line than your average ladder game with this being a, you know, a competitive series. But yeah, he's just doing what he can.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just like, fuck you guys, I'm not leaving the game, I'm trying to like tilt you, or he realistically thinks he's gonna win this.
Yeah, I don't.
Because it's
know.
mass faults versus Ryans. Well, the Ryans don't seem to be doing that bad, actually.
I don't know. That wasn't efficient. They're dead. Yeah. There's nothing you can do. You know, he didn't even control that bad or anything. It's just this is why you don't see Bio TVT. You know, that's all it is. Oh, does clean up all of those vultures though. But I mean, look at the map control Ultra has just from all of the mines on the map. Like, there's nowhere really that this force can go unscouted, you know, and has the potential of actually losing units. Oh, and here we go. Muta out of Babo now. It's a very late Spire, but it's because of all the aggression that Babo's been putting on here early game. He's starting to stack up a good amount of gas. That's going to equate to more and more Muta. But yeah, I don't know. Really not sure what is possible from Team Peru here to bring this one back. Three
I
tanks
love this
moving up
about
the ramp.
2v2s.
Yeah. Oh man, I've never seen a scarier 3 tanks moving out of base, and it's just 3 tanks. There's nothing else we can do, right? Like, but it's like, I'm coming in. What are you gonna do about it? Oh, nice surround. SCV is actually pretty decent against tanks overall as far as workers go, but
These guys are just trolling.
I don't know. Maybe they're actually mad, you know? Like maybe they're maybe they really didn't want to lose this, you know? It's definitely a possibility here.
I think Peru and Chile have like a fun rivalry, so this will be a thing among their fans if Chile beats them. They're just never gonna let Peruvians forget about it.
Ah, I see.
Remember that time?
No.
Remember that time?
Oh, okay. I was like, what is he doing with these drones? He was gonna block the Marines from running up. That's funny.
And he's like, I'm gonna play Marine and Medic this whole game, I don't care.
Yeah, this whole series, it seems like.
Oh, what the fuck?
Whoa, that was hilarious. That was a double mine. A mine
is that what that
directly
was?
on top of another mine. That's a thing. Yeah. It's super rare, but it happens. Yeah, what are you going to do against Muta? There's nothing. Nothing you can do.
I think this is why Babo got the mutas. He's like, this guy's never gonna leave the fucking game.
Yeah, that's just the power of mutas, especially in 2v2. Like, they never can counter. They have to spend pressure, or they can always counter, rather. Zerg always can counter with muta. They have to spend all their precious resources on turrets that they really can't afford because it's super low econ and 2v2 anyway. It's like, it's just tough. And yeah, look at all the space they've made for these siege tanks to be able to just literally walk up and siege on the ramp. It's nuts. Yeah, it's game.
Meanwhile, Terra U makes his like 10th SCV.
Yep, 10th SCV and joins
Just give me
the fray.
45 more minutes, Dandy. Just hang in there.
GG is called. That's game. Wow. Great job there, once again by, Babo and Ultra. I don't know, man. I think Terra and Dandy need to like switch it up and have one of them play a different race just for fun.
I
Like,
wanted Dandy to play Terror 1v1, random versus random, and I think Dandy said that he's S rank with all the races. And I spoke to Terror. He's like, yeah, my Protoss and Zerg is only A rank. So then I talked to him a bit, and they're like, maybe we can do a 2 vs 2. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. 2v2 shield battery is coming out. Okay, let's do like Peru versus Chile.
Man, okay. I mean, Dandy's saying he's S rank with all 3 races. You know, you think you'd try it out. I don't know. They have to know that Terran is just not like the strongest 2v2 comp. I can't really like pick out anything they're doing wrong. They just can't join the armies up. You know, it's really difficult to do.
I mistakenly gave Dandy and Terran extra points in the scoreboard. The chat is like, what the fuck?
Neo Valhalla, another island map, right? I think that's an island map.
It's all Terra too, picking these maps. Yeah, that's old. I don't even. Yeah, I give up. I don't have it.
Hall of Valhalla. It's Hall of Valhalla.
What?
I could send
I
you
have cat survival machine. Does that help? What the fuck is this shit?
Cat survival? I could send you the.
No, I'm sure one of them has it. I think Terry's.
Okay.
I don't know. Apparently he remembers these maps. He's played on them.
I mean, they're classics. Like I know the map. I would never pick it for any reason, but I know of them. I think I'm just picky because I'm a Zerg player, and Zerg players are just notoriously not good on island maps. So I never wanted to play any of these.
What do you think of the map? Have you seen the map pool on Shield Battery?
I have, and it's like probably my favorite feature, really, because I don't know. I
You
get
like
really
them, huh?
bored of the, yeah.
I haven't heard
great
people
maps.
complain about it. Like Python, Fighting Spirit, Hunters is in there. That was interesting. And then some really like I think some of the old school maps. So it's an interesting variety.
I don't think Hunters would pop up if you play like 1v1 though, right? Yeah, I've really just paid attention to the 1v1 map pool.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I was talking about the 2v2. I'm pretty sure Hunters is in there.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of a fucked up map because you can like siege the.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know Hunters, how you can like siege across and
yeah, it's
attack
not a balanced
like
map at all. Not even close. Like some bases are just so broken, or like some bases you can literally siege a siege tank on top of a cliff behind the main. You know, like stuff like that's just broken. You can't. I don't know.
Well, I don't know, like, do siege tanks come into play in 2v2 or what? Maybe it's a different version.
We saw some siege tanks last game. They do for sure. Oh, come on, please don't go Terran. Actually, island map is all right for Terran, so I think it's fine here.
The map making skills you had to have back then, like, pretty bare, right? Like, this is, come on. I remember making shit like this in the editor. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Did you ever make a map or no?
I mean, nothing that I was like confident enough to.
Yeah, but you did like play around with it, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, nothing I thought was worthy of being in any kind of a tournament. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I think it was a money map or something I made. That green one that was really popular. I made like a different version. Or something.
Okay, that's cool. I tried to make some micro maps, like muta control maps, or and stuff like that, but it's just so basic. Like, and I never gave it to anybody. It was just for me to warm up on and stuff.
First Protoss, and that is Ultra. Interesting.
I mean, Protoss is very strong on island maps. There's definitely like a lot of carrier play, a lot of Reaver play. Corsairs, should the Terrans go, Wraith or something like that. So I don't mind the Protoss pick here. And let's face it, they're up 6-2 at this point. They can start trying to style on them if they want to. Yeah, I actually don't mind this with Babo. Like I said, if I was playing, you know, an island map like this, I would not pick Zerg. I think it is, it's just figured out at this point that Zerg is, you know,
You
much
called
weaker
it.
on island
Yeah.
maps.
I don't think I've ever seen his Terran though.
Jiren's?
Yeah, Babo. I think I've only seen his Zerg.
I see. Could be going for something like a Goliath drop here, or maybe 2-port Wraith. I mean, he does know how to mute a control, so there's a possibility of knowing how to do Wraiths or something similar. You'll see all the Terrans are building the barracks as far out as they can, really just to, you know, be able to lift those as quickly as possible, get the faster scout off. It's pretty common on island maps. Ultra taking his gas in the main. Everybody teching here pretty quickly, which you'd expect.
I mean, back then, Machine, I think we got gas first. Like, that was the build, wasn't it? On this map.
For Zerg? Or...
I just remember Terran and Protoss. I thought you would sometimes get your gas first and start mining it. Like, it was a build. Maybe it wasn't the build.
I see. Yeah, I'm sure I've seen it, for sure. Or maybe, like, gas after depot or something like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, before, like, maybe your gate or your barracks. Right?
Yeah, that's definitely more common, just especially with 2-port Wraith, I think, to get that little bit of extra gas.
Did they do, like, 2-port Wraith back in those days?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
2-port Wraith was pretty common. Like, I mean, definitely the 2-fact Starport Goliath drop.
I can't remember shit, man. My memory's horrible. Drone has amazing fucking memory.
Does he?
Yeah, like he remembers micro battles, for Christ's sake. He has amazing memory. Some people just have amazing memories.
Yeah.
I'm worried I'm gonna have like dementia when I grow up. It's funny now, but I think I'm gonna have dementia when I grow up. Like my memory's really bad.
Yeah, mine's not the best anymore either. I definitely remember I used to remember battles and stuff like that, but when I was younger, but definitely not anymore. Rhett also has pretty good memory, I gotta say. He's another guy. And Nyoken, actually, really good memory. So good scouting here from the Terrans so far. This is gonna be fact port from Babo here. I'm not sure. Oh, it's double fact, so this is gonna definitely be Goliath drop, actually, which is pretty common given the map from Babo. Protoss just getting a couple Dragoons, pushing away that, you know, barracks. Ooh, it's actually gonna be 2-fact here, or 2-port rather, at the 6 o'clock out of Dandy. Dandy known for his Wraith control, so this could be fun. This could be something different here.
Goliath drop with rates? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Goliath drop with Wraiths. But I'm wondering who they'd go.
Dragoons, pretty strong with an observer.
Yeah. I mean, if they get the drops off, though, it could be a 2v1 situation. So, and actually, this starport seems quite late.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, he's pretty much
Babo.
stuck. If they just attack Ultra.
Yeah, I think if they just attack Ultra, Ultra's in a little bit of trouble. But we actually see the Wraiths moving. Oh wow, he's gonna start attacking a barracks. That was a little odd. So he's showing his Wraith positioning right now. Normally, when you get somewhere with like your first 2 Wraiths, you're trying to get some damage done. But he's actually just forgone that. A little odd. Now these Wraiths want to catch shuttles. They want to catch dropships. That's really where they're going to be most useful. You know, attacking Dragoons with uncloaked Wraiths that can be seen, it's just never going to work efficiently. We see that Ultra even has a cannon at the ready. But actually, we see a dropship coming in here towards Ultra. They are going to pair up and try to do some damage here. Goliaths and 3 Wraiths. I feel like maybe the Dragoons could win, especially with the rally
Yeah,
of 2 more Dragoons
it's got
here.
cannons. I don't think they're going to trade well.
Yeah, wow, very nice. Very, very good hold from Ultra. And I mean, like, a greedier Protoss might have had a shuttle there, might have been trying to actually make some moves, but as it is, it paid off, and Ultra and Babo should be a little bit of a lead at the moment.
We're going to see tanks?
Yeah, I think we will. I think it's just gonna be a little bit. The tanks for Babo wouldn't really help against the Wraiths at the moment. So he's got to stay a little, maybe more Goliath heavy than he normally would want. But, you know, vice versa, Terror can definitely go tank here against just a Terror and a Protoss, or a Terran and a Protoss rather. So he probably already is teching to tanks here pretty quickly. We actually have a natural going down for Ultra. I really like this. When I think of Ultra, I've always thought he had very clean macro. It's one thing that kind of really surprised me about his play is like just how much stuff it feels like he has at any point in the game. So it's kind of, you know, it's kind of characteristic, I feel like, of him to be the first one taking a base here. Ooh, good dropship movement here from Terror. Looks like he's going to start moving in towards that 9 o'clock base of Ultra. Ultra is taking an expansion, actually shuttled his Dragoon Force out of his main. Maybe could be in a little bit of trouble here.
I don't know what those Dragoons are doing in the center of the map.
Ooh, dives on top of the cannon. Remember, that's his only... actually, he's got observers, so he might be able to bring some observers in here. But either way, good focus fire from the Wraith and Goliath here. One ob's coming in, so there, you know, won't be enough cloak. But desperately, Ultra really wants to get more of his Dragoons inside his main because he's going to start losing probes here in a second. Does he not have a shuttle? He's got to have a shuttle somewhere. I don't think it was picked off. There it is. Ooh, that hurts. Either way, that really, really hurts. That's all the dead probes. And suddenly, whoa,
like, fuck this.
They did it. Maybe, I guess that's it. Yeah, GG is called. Wow, Team Peru taking another game there right at the end.
On the weird maps.
Yeah, like I said, the island maps are just about the only maps that I feel like Terran is fine, right? Like, I wouldn't even necessarily say it's the best matchup for island maps. Like, Protoss Terran can be quite strong as well, but yeah, not, you know, it's the other maps they have to worry about. So is that it? Is that a 9-game series?
If you need to leave,
no,
I can probably let you go.
You're
just
good,
speaking
man.
to our Trovo contact, see if we can end it before 3 hours. So maybe, I don't know, 20 more minutes.
Oh, is it a 3? Okay.
We never really set the format. I have no idea. I asked them, like, what do we need to do to get like 2.5 hours, 3 hours? They never really responded.
Got you. Okay. Well, maybe we get another game in. I'm gonna take like 2 seconds here to eat some soup, though.
Yeah, well, take your time, man. Like, if you want to go to, it's all good.
No, I'm good.
It's been a good day. It's been fun. Shield Battery came out. We're just kind of relaxing, taking it easy. Big shout out to everybody who's tuned in. I mean, Dandy's had 180 viewers consistently. We had over 100. We're a little under 100 now, so we did good. We had a lot of people show up. Largo. Okay. Alright, I think we're gonna do 1 or 2 more games. Yeah, it's 2 hours ahead in Chile, so it's 12:30 p.m. Peru has the same time as Eastern time, so it's 10:30 there. Babo playing Zerg again. Terran and Terran for Mr. Dandy and Mr. Terror, and Ultras Terran.
Alright, and we're back. Delicious, man. I make my chicken soup a little different. Oh, it's not finished. About half. It's a giant freaking bowl of this stuff, and I usually, yeah, because it just keeps well for a few days. It's just easy meals and stuff. But yeah, I put in like obviously like onion, cilantro, what is it? Oh, it's so good in soup. Gosh, I put carrots in it. I also put gosh, I can't think of the name of it. The stuff you usually used to have is like with peanut butter as a kid, like the vegetable your mom gives you to be like, be healthy sometimes, you know? Ah, yes, celery. There we go. And but I dice up jalapeno, and I put jalapeno in it. Same. I actually do that too. I do the bones and all that. I literally just cut a whole chicken in half, and then yeah, do it with a little bit of chicken broth, just for, I don't know, the flavoring or the salt or whatever. And sometimes I put in like oregano, and then like, you know, if you want, you could put in sriracha. I'm not the biggest sriracha fan, so I don't really put it in. But yeah, I just need that. I'm like hooked on that kick nowadays. Everything has to have a little bit of hot sauce or something on it. Mm. Yeah, it's good. My dad makes American chili the same way. Like everything is in that. Yeah, yeah. But like, if there's an ingredient that can go in chili, it's in my dad's chili. It's insane. Yep, yep. It's good. Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. I mean, I'm not having any sides with mine, so like mine is kind of, it's pretty heavy with like the chicken and all that, so it does kind of fill me up too. But I don't know, it's my meal, so it's good. And speaking of meal, Chile's about to eat some Terrans here. Oh man, good pressure, good pressure from Babo here. Actually, and oh man, that was a lot of dead Marines, unfortunately, for Team Terrans. For sure. And like you said, he's been grinding 2v2 ladder all day too, so I get it for sure. Okay. Cool. Of course. Well, I came in fresh, you know. I'm the one who's rejuvenated, so. Yep. Get a whole new ladder to drop on, you know. I definitely will. So, what is the placement you have to receive to qualify? Top 4 on the ladder? Yeah, I definitely think that'd be cool. And maybe everybody who's qualified for X months beforehand can participate in the tournament. Yeah, it'd be neat. Yeah. Yeah. Which makes sense. Koreans are just so good, though. Yeah. Yeah. They do a pretty good job of winning everything that they can be a part of. Yeah. Yep. This is a beautiful drop, by the way, from Terror. It's nice how getting behind that mineral line, he's allowed like no circumference for a Zerg to really get around those Goliath. Yeah, that was a very well executed drop there. Babo's hurting, actually. He's in a little bit of trouble. Okay. You're probably right. Oh! That was a huge connect. Oh no, that is exactly what Dandy did not want to happen. Ugh. He's in some trouble now. Yeah, I mean, he's just caught all kinds of out of position at the moment. A little surprised that Terra didn't try to move in there. No, I don't know, actually. I was rooting for Raz and actually helping Raz practice up for that quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Kame. Yep. Yeah, it was really nice. You know, someone who has competed in Gosu League before, I can tell you it's fun. It's the closest, you know, thing we really get to a major tournament nowadays. So I really enjoy it. I couldn't this season. I only showed up for the last qualifier event, just because I got busy with my job and excuses and stuff. But I usually play. Okay. I'll yeah, I definitely still work in esports, still run events, so. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll if I can think of something, I'll definitely reach out. Is Pato like a project manager, full-time caster, or you know? Okay. Yep. Yeah. I've heard yeah, quality of life is I mean, definitely something you start thinking about more as you get older. It's not always about got through it. Yeah. That's a good thing. Alright. Anti-Protoss, yeah. They don't deserve jobs, you know? I'm just kidding. Yeah. Well, Terran, yeah, I get why he says that. Terran is definitely the race that can come back the best. Like, no question, for sure. He might be able to. Man, how often do you see Stim Bio come in and take out a tank for us? That's crazy. Ooh, this is going to be some big damage here. Poor Dandy. Oh, never mind. Muta's coming in, cleaning that up relatively quickly. Only a few SCVs lost. Ooh, good breakout though from Terror. Catching the Mutas on the other side of the map, so he kind of knew it was his time to move. Still though, Babo, after losing all those drones early on, he's finally got an Expo. And actually so does Ultra, so the pressure is once again on our Terrans to get moving here pretty quick. It's like passive pressure. Oh, here we go. Big mutiling timing, catching all of these Marines off guard. Oh, doing a great job getting on top of the Bioforce with the Zerglings and skipping the tanks entirely. Really intelligent play there from Babo. It's not quite enough, but those are some bruised tanks, that's for sure. I was confused too. It's like yeah. I mean, it's really just its numbers. Like well, for instance, I could tell you why Zerg lost that was like the heal rate was greater than like the remaining amount of muta like damage. Normally, obviously, like 5 mutas moves in, you snipe a marine in a split second, and there's not even enough time for the medic to heal there. Whereas like 3 muta or 4 muta kill significantly less bio. So like 2 marines were able to catch up there and kill 4 muta with 2 medics because they each had a medic. Like it's nuts actually. So it was down to the wire there. It was pretty close. Yeah, good old Bill Nye. Everybody likes Bill Nye, man. Yeah, right? We're at that point though, right? Like, I know, Bill, after Cosby, it literally could be anybody, you know? Oh man, like, him, yeah. I mean, I love Bill Nye, honestly. Yeah, he just turned the TV on! Kids, this guy knows more than I'll ever know, you know? Yeah, that's funny. After all these years, the two guys are like Bill Nye and Weird Al. Like Weird Al ended up turning out really awesome. No way. Okay, that's cool. Obvious. Yeah, I definitely did that. Oh, that's so funny. Good teacher. You understand? I gotta qualify for the 2v2 ladder. Like, I really played insane amounts of this game. I can tell you that. Like, man, during the summer, I was just the ultimate degen. Like, I would go to bed at like 6, 7 a.m. every day. Like, well, I guess. Yep. It was great. It really was. None. Yeah, little regret. Like, Oh man, I think this is gonna be it for Dandy's third here. Great muta timing, clearing out the rest of those turrets. Bioforce is just negligent at this point. He doesn't have enough. There's just so many muta from Babo. Like, really good recovery from that early drop. Ultra now coming across the map as well. Already been on 4 bases. There's just, I don't know what you do. There's just the Mutaforce alone is overwhelming, and Ultra hasn't even tried to really start attacking yet. Yeah, GG's called there from Terror, and Team Chile takes it once again. Final score 3-7 and a best of 10. Jeez. Yeah, it definitely was. Definitely was a good game. Thanks, Ox. Yeah, I'll Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be signing up with Raz, so you'll see me on the ladder. Cool. All right, Ox. Well, thanks for having me, like always. Always appreciate the invite and the good games. Thanks to the players for playing such awesome games for us, and thank you, fine people, for tuning in, watching us. Make sure go check out Shield Battery tonight, 2v2 tournament. You guys got to play. Mainly so I can hit people on ladder, but yeah, come check it out. Should be fun. As long as Raz is around. I haven't actually hit him up about it, but I'm about to. So yeah. I guess I could, for sure. I don't know. I got my boy. I'm sure he's just itching to play. So we'll see. Just make sure they never want to play the 2v2 ladder ever again. Well, shoot. Alrighty, well, thanks again, Ox. Take care. Have a good night.
Gracias por su atención.